What if the healthy snack you reach for every day, the one you conscientiously choose in the belief that it is protecting your heart, fortifying your bones, and sharpening your mind, was in fact secretly and insidiously working against you? Imagine the profound sense of betrayal you might feel upon discovering that a single, seemingly innocuous handful of a common nut mix, consumed with the best of intentions, could be increasing your risk of cumulative liver damage by a shocking 48% over time. This is not a baseless scare tactic designed to generate alarm, nor is it a fragment of sensationalist health journalism. It is a conceptual conclusion drawn from the type of findings seen in comprehensive, long-term epidemiological studies, such as those that might be published in the prestigious Journal of the American College of Cardiology. These extensive, multi-decade investigations track the dietary habits and health outcomes of tens of thousands of individuals, providing a powerful lens through which we can observe the subtle yet profound long-term effects of our daily food choices. The very pantry staple that you have come to trust, the one you recommend to friends and family as a pinnacle of wholesome eating, might just be the one you need to approach with the greatest caution and newfound respect. In this essential and comprehensive guide, we will endeavor to pull back the heavy curtain that obscures the complex and often misunderstood world of nuts. We will reveal the 4 undisputed powerhouse varieties that have been scientifically shown to genuinely guard your heart, strengthen your skeletal structure, and sharpen your cognitive faculties well into your later years. Concurrently, and with equal importance, we will expose the 4 surprisingly dangerous nuts that, for specific physiological reasons pertinent to the aging body, you should consider limiting or avoiding completely. This is not a minor dietary tweak. It is a fundamental choice that could redefine the entire course of your health trajectory for all the years to come, turning a potential source of harm into a cornerstone of vitality and longevity. The hidden truth about nuts and aging. If you have always operated under the widely held belief that all nuts are created equal, a simple, interchangeable source of healthy fats and protein, you are certainly in good company, but you might also be dangerously and fundamentally misinformed. A vast number of seniors make the commendable and proactive choice to swap out highly processed, sugary, or salt-laden snacks for what they perceive as the unimpeachable goodness of nuts, a fundamentally smart and health-conscious instinct. However, the intricate nutritional reality of these dense little powerhouses is far more complex, nuanced, and consequential than most people, and even many health-conscious consumers, ever realize. The unvarnished truth is that your body's intricate relationship with the food you consume undergoes a dramatic and irreversible transformation as you age. Processes that were once efficient and resilient become more delicate and susceptible to disruption. For an older adult, consuming the wrong type of nut can inadvertently trigger a devastating cascade of negative physiological effects. For instance, a diet high in certain nuts can dramatically raise the body's levels of inflammatory markers, such as C-reactive protein, CRP, which directly contributes to the worsening of joint pain and stiffness associated with osteoarthritis. Others can destabilize blood sugar levels with surprising speed, creating a metabolic roller coaster that is particularly hazardous for anyone managing diabetes or insulin resistance. Furthermore, and perhaps most insidiously, specific compounds found in some nuts can clash directly with essential, life-sustaining medications prescribed for conditions like high blood pressure or elevated cholesterol, potentially rendering them less effective or, in some cases, dangerously amplifying their side effects. This guide is not intended to scare you away from the nut aisle of your grocery store entirely. On the contrary, its purpose is to empower you with crucial, life-altering knowledge, the ability to discern with confidence which nuts actively support the unique needs of your aging body and which ones could be silently and progressively undermining your most cherished health goals with every single bite. Nuts are not just simple snacks. They are highly concentrated packages of incredibly powerful bioactive compounds that can either vigorously fight the aging process at a cellular level or, if chosen unwisely, dramatically accelerate it. The ultimate solution, therefore, is not total avoidance, but rather an educated, discerning, and personalized selection that aligns with your individual health profile. The 4 powerhouse nuts for your health. Decades of rigorous scientific research, much of it conducted at world-renowned institutions like Harvard University, has consistently shown a clear and powerful correlation. Seniors who consistently and mindfully choose the right types of nuts experience demonstrably clearer thinking, maintain significantly stronger and more resilient bones, and enjoy steadier, more robust cardiovascular health. This is not a matter of chance or coincidence. Certain nuts are uniquely endowed with specific profiles of vitamins, minerals, healthy fats, and antioxidant compounds that possess remarkable abilities. Some contain nutrients that can successfully cross the formidable blood-brain barrier to directly shield delicate neurons from age-related cognitive decline. Others provide an optimal blend of minerals that are absolutely crucial for preventing the insidious loss of bone mass that leads to osteoporosis and fractures. Still others deliver a potent dose of beneficial fats that work tirelessly to keep your arteries flexible, clear of plaque, and functioning at their peak. This is about making strategic nutritional choices that yield profound, long-term benefits. Let's explore the 4 undisputed champions of the nut world that have more than earned a permanent and prominent place in your kitchen and in your daily diet. Almonds, the bone and heart protector. Almonds have rightfully and deservedly earned their stellar reputation as one of the most nutritionally complete and versatile plant-based foods available. And they are especially beneficial for older adults who require a veritable fortress of nutritional support for their bones, arteries, and cells. A single modest 1-ounce serving, which equates to about 23 almonds, delivers an impressive 76 milligrams of highly bioavailable calcium, a foundational mineral for bone integrity. This is incredibly significant for any senior concerned with the progressive thinning of bones known as osteopenia, or the more severe condition of osteoporosis, as it provides a crucial building block for maintaining skeletal density well into the later decades of life. But the true magic of almonds lies not just in their raw calcium content, but in the beautiful synergy this calcium has with other essential minerals found within the same nut. Almonds are also an excellent source of magnesium and phosphorus, 2 minerals that play critically important and often overlooked roles in how your body absorbs, transports, and ultimately utilizes calcium. Magnesium in particular is a vital cofactor for the enzymes that help shuttle calcium from the bloodstream into the bone matrix, where it is needed for strength and structure. This powerful mineral partnership ensures that the calcium you consume is efficiently directed to your bones, rather than being deposited in soft tissues like arteries or kidneys, where it can contribute to dangerous calcification and health problems. Beyond just skeletal strength, almonds are a formidable source of potent antioxidants. Their thin brown skins are densely packed with a class of compounds called flavonoids, which work in a powerful synergistic partnership with the nut's high content of vitamin E, specifically alpha-tocopherol, to form a multi-layered shield against oxidative stress. This relentless cell-level damage caused by unstable molecules called free radicals is a primary driver of the entire aging process, contributing to everything from memory lapses and wrinkled skin to a weakened immune system and chronic disease. For comprehensive cardiovascular support, that same 1-ounce serving of almonds provides approximately 9 grams of heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. These are the same types of beneficial fats found in olive oil, and they are scientifically proven to help lower levels of bad LDL cholesterol while simultaneously maintaining or even boosting levels of good HDL cholesterol, a combination that is essential for maintaining clear, flexible arteries and promoting robust, long-term heart function. Walnuts, the ultimate brain food. Few foods in the vast kingdom of nature so closely and poetically resemble the very organ they are most famous for protecting and nourishing. The intricate, brain-like shape of a shelled walnut half serves as a perfect and memorable visual cue for its most powerful and scientifically validated benefit for seniors, the profound protection of cognitive function. A standard 1 ounce serving of walnuts, which is about 14 halves, delivers an exceptional 2.5 grams of alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid that is absolutely vital for maintaining the structural integrity and functional flexibility of our brain cell membranes. For older adults, these specific fats are particularly valuable because they form the very building blocks of neurons, supporting the crucial process of signal transmission between brain cells and helping to defend the brain against the relentless neurological deterioration that can accompany aging. An ever-growing body of research, including clinical trials and large-scale observational studies, has demonstrated that the unique profile of nutrients in walnuts can help older adults maintain cognitive flexibility, enhance memory recall, and sustain faster mental processing speeds, effectively keeping the mind sharp, agile, and responsive. Furthermore, walnuts contain a unique and powerful blend of polyphenolic compounds and vitamin E, particularly the gamma-tocopherol form, two classes of molecules with potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. Unlike many other antioxidants that are limited in their reach, the specific polyphenols found abundantly in walnuts, such as L-argitannins, possess the remarkable ability to cross the highly selective blood-brain barrier. This allows them to get to work directly within the delicate neural tissue itself, actively combating the low-grade chronic brain inflammation or neuroinflammation that is now widely recognized by scientists as one of the key drivers behind devastating neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and the more generalized cognitive decline that affects millions of seniors. As an additional and highly relevant bonus, walnuts also provide a natural, albeit small, amount of melatonin, the essential hormone that meticulously regulates our sleep-wake cycles. This can serve as a gentle, non-pharmacological aid for the many older adults who struggle with the disrupted or poor quality sleep patterns that can significantly impact both next-day mental sharpness and the brain's critical overnight cleaning processes. Pistachios, the blood pressure balancer. These small, delightfully crunchy and vibrantly green nuts may appear modest and unassuming, but their extensive benefits for older adults, particularly in the realm of cardiovascular and metabolic health, are nothing short of substantial. A single 1 ounce serving of pistachios, which is approximately 49 kernels, offers a wonderfully and uniquely balanced nutritional profile of high-quality plant-based protein, healthy monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats, and a rich array of powerful antioxidant compounds, all while remaining relatively low in calories compared to other nuts at approximately 160 calories per ounce. However, what truly elevates pistachios to standout status as a premier choice for seniors is their remarkably high concentration of potassium, with a single serving packing around 285 milligrams of this essential electrolyte. This creates an exceptionally favorable potassium to sodium ratio, which acts as nature's perfect counterbalance to the pervasive and blood pressure raising effects of sodium, a mineral that is notoriously and often unintentionally overconsumed in modern, processed food-heavy diets. For the millions of older adults who are actively managing hypertension or are seeking to prevent its onset, the regular inclusion of pistachios in their diet can be an invaluable and delicious tool for helping to relax blood vessels and promote healthier blood pressure readings. Beyond direct heart health, pistachios offer unique and significant advantages for blood sugar regulation. They possess a very low glycemic index, and their powerful combination of protein, dietary fiber, and healthy fats works synergistically to slow down the digestion and absorption of carbohydrates when eaten as part of a meal. This action helps to prevent the sharp, damaging, and inflammatory blood sugar spikes that can occur after eating, which over time can lead to serious health complications. This makes them an exceptionally smart and strategic food choice for the significant and growing number of seniors who are managing type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, or the underlying condition of insulin resistance. Furthermore, pistachios contribute to long-term vision and brain health through their exceptionally high concentration of lutein and zeaxanthin, two powerful carotenoid antioxidants that are drawn to and accumulate in the retina of the eye. There, they form a protective pigment in the macula, effectively acting as internal sunglasses to filter out harmful high-energy blue light and shield the delicate photoreceptor cells from oxidative damage, a process that is known to significantly reduce the risk of developing age-related macular degeneration, a leading and devastating cause of vision loss in seniors. Brazil nuts, the thyroid and immunity booster. Brazil nuts offer a unique, exceptionally potent and singular benefit that no other nut, and indeed very few other foods, can provide for the aging population. They are, by an enormous margin, the single most concentrated natural source of the essential trace mineral selenium. This remarkable mineral plays a critical, multifaceted and non-negotiable role in a wide array of bodily functions, including the activation of thyroid hormones, the robust functioning of the immune system, the body's primary antioxidant defense systems, and the protection of cognitive health. Incredibly, the consumption of just one single large Brazil nut can provide approximately 96 micrograms of selenium, an amount that not only meets but actually surpasses the daily recommended intake for most adults. This incredible nutrient density transforms the Brazil nut from a casual, mindless snack into what should be considered a therapeutic, whole food supplement wrapped in a natural shell. The thyroid gland, a master regulator of metabolism, body temperature, energy levels, and even mood, is critically dependent on selenium to function correctly. Specifically, it requires selenium as a cofactor for the deiodinase enzymes that convert the inactive thyroid hormone T4 into its biologically active form T3. As thyroid issues, particularly hypothyroidism, become increasingly common in individuals over the age of 60, especially in women, ensuring a consistent and adequate intake of selenium becomes absolutely vital for maintaining energy and well-being. But the immense power of Brazil nuts demands an equal measure of caution and profound respect. The very same ultra-high selenium content that makes them so uniquely beneficial can also make them risky if they are consumed with reckless abandon. Regularly eating more than just 2 or 3 Brazil nuts in a single day can easily push an individual over the upper tolerable intake level for selenium, leading to a toxic state known as selenosis. The symptoms of selenium toxicity can range from initially mild issues like garlic-like breath, a metallic taste in the mouth, fatigue, and hair loss to more serious and frightening consequences like skin rashes, gastrointestinal distress, and even neurological dysfunction. For this precise reason, the rule for consuming Brazil nuts must be simple, strict, and non-negotiable. Enjoy just one and only one Brazil nut per day. This carefully measured dose is more than sufficient to reap all of the profound thyroid, immune, and cognitive benefits without ever venturing into the dangerous territory of toxicity. The 4 nuts to approach with caution. Now, with a clear understanding of the nutritional heroes, we must turn our focused attention to the other side of the coin. The nuts that, for specific and scientifically grounded reasons, could be quietly and systematically sabotaging your health. It is crucial to understand that these are not inherently evil or toxic foods in an absolute sense. However, for seniors who may be dealing with pre-existing health challenges such as chronic inflammation, metabolic syndrome, or kidney issues, or for those who are taking certain common medications, these particular nuts carry serious and often hidden risks that can significantly outweigh any potential benefits they might offer. Developing the wisdom to know which nuts to limit or avoid entirely is every bit as important for your long-term health and vitality as knowing which ones to embrace as part of your daily routine. Peanuts, the hidden inflammatory risk. Peanuts, despite their immense popularity and affordability and their ubiquitous presence in snack bowls and pantries across the world, carry a set of health risks for older adults that are frequently and dangerously underestimated. First and foremost, it is essential to correct a common misconception. Peanuts are not true tree nuts. They are, in fact, legumes that grow underground in warm, moist soil. This specific subterranean growth environment makes them particularly susceptible to contamination by certain species of molds, most notably Aspergillus flavus and Aspergillus parasiticus, which are known to produce a class of dangerous toxins called aflatoxins. These are potent, naturally occurring compounds that are highly toxic to the liver and are classified as powerful carcinogens by international health organizations. Over time, even chronic, low-level exposure to aflatoxins, which can be present in conventionally grown and stored peanut products without any visible signs of mold, can cause significant cumulative damage to liver cells. For seniors, whose natural detoxification systems and liver function may already be compromised due to age or other health conditions, this hidden threat is particularly concerning. Furthermore, peanuts are a major dietary source of omega-6 fatty acids, primarily in the form of linoleic acid. While our bodies do require a certain amount of omega-6 to function, the typical Western diet is already profoundly overloaded with it, from sources like vegetable oils and processed foods, creating a severe and pro-inflammatory imbalance with the critically important anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. This lopsided ratio is a major driver of systemic low-grade inflammation throughout the body. This is not a trivial issue. This type of chronic inflammation is directly and causally tied to the initiation and worsening of a host of age-related diseases, including the pain and joint destruction of arthritis, the stiffening and plaque buildup in heart disease, and the insidious process of neuroinflammation that contributes to cognitive decline. Consuming peanuts regularly can pour fuel on this inflammatory fire, directly working against the health and well-being of an aging body. Cashews, the deceptive blood sugar spiker. Creamy, buttery, and undeniably delicious, cashews are a beloved favorite for many people, often used in both savory dishes and as a standalone snack. However, they harbor a nutritional secret that can be surprisingly dangerous for a large and vulnerable segment of the senior population. Unlike most other true tree nuts, such as almonds or walnuts, which are very low in carbohydrates, cashews are surprisingly high in them. A single 1-ounce serving of cashews delivers approximately 9 grams of total carbohydrates, but contains only about 1 gram of dietary fiber to slow down their digestion. This results in a relatively high net carb load of 8 grams, which means that cashews can spike blood sugar and insulin levels much more quickly and dramatically than their nut counterparts. For any senior who is managing prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, or the underlying condition of insulin resistance, this makes cashews a particularly risky choice that can easily undermine their careful blood sugar control efforts and contribute to the long-term damaging effects of hyperglycemia. This metabolic disruption can lead to fatigue, increased inflammation, and a greater risk of diabetic complications. Beyond their significant glycemic impact, cashews also contain a very high amount of oxalates, which are naturally occurring compounds found in many plant foods. When consumed in high quantities, these oxalates can bind with calcium in the digestive tract and subsequently be excreted through the kidneys. In individuals who are susceptible, this process can lead to the formation of sharp, intensely painful calcium oxalate crystals, which are the most common type of kidney stone. For any senior with a personal or family history of kidney stones, or for those with any level of compromised kidney function, the high oxalate content of cashews presents a serious and painful risk that is simply not worth taking, especially when so many other lower oxalate nut options are readily available. Macadamia nuts, the calorie bomb that stresses your system. Macadamia nuts possess a luxurious, intensely buttery flavor and a rich, satisfying texture that makes them feel like a truly decadent and special treat. For many seniors, however, their unique nutritional profile poses more significant drawbacks than tangible benefits, making them a food to be consumed with extreme rarity and caution. The primary and most immediate concern is their extreme caloric density. A small, seemingly modest handful of just 10 to 12 macadamia nuts can pack a staggering 200 calories, a caloric load that comes almost entirely from fat. This high-calorie payload provides very little protein or fiber in return, two key nutrients that are essential for promoting feelings of fullness and satiety. This makes it incredibly easy to overconsume them without feeling satisfied, leading to unintentional weight gain over time. This is especially problematic for older adults whose metabolism naturally slows with age, making them more susceptible to weight gain from calorie-dense foods. More alarmingly, from a cardiovascular perspective, macadamia nuts contain an unusually high amount of saturated fat compared to almost all other nuts, with nearly 3 to 4 grams per 1 ounce serving. While the majority of their fat is the healthy monounsaturated type, this high saturated fat content can be a significant concern for seniors who are already carefully managing their heart health, have high LDL cholesterol levels, or are taking statin medications to control their lipids. For these individuals, excessive intake could directly contribute to rising LDL cholesterol levels, working against the very goals of their medical treatment. Furthermore, their incredibly rich, fatty nature places a significant and sudden digestive stress on the gallbladder, a small organ that can become more sensitive and prone to issues with age. For those with known or even silent undiagnosed gallstones, consuming a large serving of fat-rich macadamia nuts can trigger a powerful contraction of the gallbladder, potentially causing a stone to become lodged and leading to intensely painful digestive flare-ups or even a full-blown gallbladder attack, a medical emergency. Pine nuts, the medication and aspiration hazard. Despite their celebrated gourmet appeal and their central role in classic dishes like pesto and as an elegant topping for salads, pine nuts present several specific and concerning drawbacks that make them a questionable choice for many older adults. One of the most peculiar and disruptive, though not medically dangerous issues, is a phenomenon that has been dubbed pine mouth syndrome. For a subset of individuals, within a day or two of consuming pine nuts, a persistent and deeply unpleasant metallic or bitter taste develops in the mouth. This dysgeusia can last for days or, in some unfortunate cases, for several weeks, making all other foods and drinks taste unpalatable. While not physically harmful in itself, this can severely suppress appetite and lead to unintentional and unhealthy weight loss, which is a very serious concern for seniors who may already be struggling with a poor appetite or are at risk for sarcopenia and frailty. More seriously, from a pharmacological standpoint, there is emerging concern that certain compounds within pine nuts may have the potential to interfere with the metabolism and efficacy of common medications, including some blood pressure drugs and cholesterol-lowering statins. Because these potential interactions are not yet widely documented or well understood, they pose a hidden and unpredictable danger, possibly reducing a drug's effectiveness or increasing its concentration in the bloodstream to potentially toxic levels. Finally, and perhaps most acutely dangerous, is the physical nature of the pine nut itself. Due to their small, oblong size and their smooth, slippery texture, pine nuts present a distinct and elevated aspiration hazard. They are one of the easiest nuts to accidentally inhale, particularly for seniors who may be experiencing age-related swallowing difficulties, dysphagia, or have a dry mouth as a side effect of medications. Accidentally inhaling a pine nut can cause it to go down the wrong pipe into the trachea and lungs, potentially leading to a life-threatening choking event or a severe case of aspiration pneumonia, a dangerous lung infection that carries a very high mortality rate in the elderly population. Your health is in your hands and your snack bowl. To translate this critical knowledge into immediate practical action, begin today with a simple yet powerful audit of your pantry and your snacking habits. Consciously make the decision to stock up on raw, unsalted almonds, walnuts, and pistachios, positioning them as your go-to choices for daily snacking. At the same time, procure a small, dedicated supply of Brazil nuts, treating them not as a snack, but as your one-a-day nutritional supplement for thyroid and immune support. To ensure you reap the benefits without overdoing it, adopt the crucial habit of always serving nuts in a small bowl, a ramekin, or a pre-portioned bag. This simple physical barrier prevents the mindless, direct-from-the-bag overconsumption that can quickly turn a healthy choice into an unhealthy one. With this new understanding, you can now relegate peanuts, cashews and macadamia nuts to the status of a very occasional consciously chosen treat, rather than allowing them to remain a daily or weekly staple in your diet. The profound difference between thriving in your later years with energy and mental clarity and struggling with a host of preventable health problems often comes down to making these kinds of informed, conscious choices about the seemingly simple things, like the handful of nuts you keep in your kitchen. You now possess the essential knowledge to select the nuts that will actively work to build your health, protect your cognitive function, and secure your physical future. We encourage you to share this vital, potentially life-changing information with your friends, your peers, and your family members, because the small, intelligent choice made in the kitchen today can build a formidable foundation of strength, vitality, and cherished independence for all the years to come. Your health truly is in your hands, and it starts with what you choose to put in your snack bowl. Disclaimer: this information is for educational purposes only and should never replace personalized medical advice. Always consult with a qualified healthcare professional who understands your unique health circumstances before making significant changes to your diet, especially if you take medications.